The harder you try to get something, the more it slips away. The more you crave it, imagine it, chase it, the more it slips through your fingers like some cruel game. Not because you're not good enough, not because you don't deserve it, but because the state you're carrying inside has already betrayed you from the start. Life doesn't hear what you say. It only reads how you actually feel. And if what's inside is lack, then the world out there can only reflect that back to you. Ruthlessly, with precision. This video isn't here for you to just listen and move on. It's meant to make you look straight at yourself and understand why you're stuck. If you've got the guts to keep going, everything will shift. If not, you can stop right here. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and like if you're new here. It helps me keep bringing you more valuable content. If you're sitting there, headphones on, hoping a few sentences will magically change your life, turn the video off right now. This isn't a place to pick up some wisdom. This is where you face yourself. For real. No pretending. You're not lacking information. You're drowning in it. What you lack is inner experience. A deep enough shock to crack open the fear-ridden, control-hungry ego you've been guarding like treasure. This video wasn't made for you to learn one more thing. It was made so that you can no longer keep living the way you've been. And that change doesn't come from nodding your head or saving a few notes. It only happens when you let every word hit you like a blade, cutting through the layers of bullshit you call me. People don't change because of what sounds good. They only change when they're forced to look at the truth. And here's the truth. You've been living halfway, half awake, half asleep. Always hoping the outside world will shift so you can feel peace on the inside, but never stopping to ask, what the hell have you changed? The question isn't how much you've heard. The question is how much you've felt. Have you ever paused a video, closed your eyes, and let one sentence slam right into your chest? Or are you still just consuming content like a bystander, waiting for a cheap miracle? If you want real transformation, you have to be willing to feel. Feel the discomfort when the truth hits. Feel the shame when you realize you've been living like a coward. Feel the rage when all your control tactics fall apart. And only when you allow yourself to go through all of that do you actually start living. Don't come here to learn something new. Come here to unlearn everything you thought you knew. Come here to sit with yourself in the silence after every line. Because if you don't, you're just repeating the same cycle you're so desperate to escape. There's a brutal paradox in life you've felt, but never had the courage to name. The things you crave never come, but the things you don't care much about, they show up, easily, randomly, sometimes absurdly, and it drives you insane. You've thrown yourself at a goal like your life depended on it. You've written affirmations every morning, set it as your phone wallpaper, imagined it in every breath. But the harder you pushed, the more it slipped away. You even asked yourself, have I not tried hard enough? Am I not worthy yet? So you doubled down, gripped tighter, chased harder, after something that kept backing away. Then there were moments you tossed out a random thought, said something in passing, barely cared, and suddenly it happened. An opportunity dropped into your lap that you never planned for. Someone showed up with exactly what you once dreamed of. And weirdly enough, you didn't even need it anymore. You weren't attached. And it was that very state of not needing that opened the door your craving had slammed shut. You think it's luck? The universe messing with you? No. It's a law. A ruthless, terrifyingly accurate law. Every act of craving, clinging, controlling sends one loud message: I don't have this. I'm lacking. I need to fill a hole. And that lack, that resistance, that struggle is the wall that keeps what you want locked out. On the flip side, when you relax, when you stop chasing, stop squeezing, stop needing to prove anything, you create space. A void. An opening for reality to breathe, to shift. And in that space, the very things you once desperately searched for begin to appear. Not because you're more deserving, but because you finally stopped getting in the way. Life doesn't reward effort. It doesn't respond to sweat and tears. It only reflects your inner state. And that state, you can't fake it. It's either real or it's nothing. What you want comes to you, Not because you forced it, but because you've become the person who no longer needs to force it. Not because you gave up, but because you grew beyond it. That's when it arrives. Simple, natural, no strain. You're not living in reality. You're living in a replica of your own inner world. What you see out there, what's happening in your life, is not objective truth. It's a mirror. A brutally honest mirror that reflects every scratch in your mind without missing a single one. If inside you is lack, then the outside world will keep throwing you into situations that make you feel even more lacking. If you believe you're not good enough, you'll meet one person after another who confirms that belief. Not because they hate you, but because you're the one sending out the signal telling them to do it. You chase wealth, but your mind is full of fear of losing money. You dive into love, but your heart is soaked in the fear of abandonment. You beg for success, but deep down you're telling life, I'm not worthy yet. And life simply responds like a neutral machine. Okay, if you're lacking, then I'll give you more lack. No one lies to you more than you. You say you're ready, but in reality, you're still checking, still doubting, still not trusting enough to sit still. You think you're acting out of belief, but deep down, you're just flailing in fear. And the world doesn't care what comes out of your mouth. It only reads your real energy, the one you can't fake. The truth is, you can't fool the universe. You can't force life to give you something while you're still vibrating like you never had it. You can't control the outcome while your mind keeps repeating a silent mantra. I still don't have it. I'm still not enough. I'm still not safe. You want to change reality? Don't start by doing more, thinking more, pushing harder. Start with one thing. Observe your inner state. Be brutally honest with the feeling you're carrying inside. If it's fear, don't run from it. If it's control, admit it, because only when you see it clearly can you let go of it. Reality isn't against you. It's just a mirror. Want to change the image in the mirror? Don't smash it. Don't scream at it. Change yourself quietly and deeply. When the inside shifts, the outside has no choice but to follow. If this video made you think, hit like now. Comment below. How have you applied Stoicism in your life? Stoic success, unbreakable mindset, total control. Neville Goddard wasn't a motivational speaker. He was someone who shattered illusions with one principle so simple, most people overlook it. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Sounds light at first, but to truly live by this principle, you must kill off the old ego that clings to the concept of hope. Because hope is an admission that you don't have it yet. And when you admit you don't have, you're instructing reality to keep reflecting exactly that. Period. You're not allowed to hope it will come. You must live as if it has already come. Not pretend, not perform, but feel it. In every cell, every decision, every gesture. You want wealth? Then stop behaving like a poor person borrowing life. You want love? Don't bring the energy of lack into every date. You want success? Then why is every step you take soaked in fear of failure? The trap is, you think you're attracting what you want, but the truth is, you're chasing it. And anything you chase from a mindset of lack will keep running, because you're living in the state of not having. And lack cannot create abundance. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled is not a fantasy exercise. It's transformation at the root. It starts from feeling. And feeling creates vibration. Vibration creates reality. If you're not vibrating at the frequency of already having, don't be surprised that your life is still full of waiting. This is where most people quit. Because no one taught you how to believe without seeing. You were taught to trust what's already happened. But this principle asks you to feel as if it's already happened, even when everything out there says the opposite. This isn't a test from the world. This is an inner test. You may say you believe. But when life goes quiet, when the evidence you were hoping for doesn't show up, your true state is exposed. Are you really living in the state of already having? Or are you just acting it out a few hours a day, then slipping back into your familiar state of fear and doubt? You're not allowed to ask, when will it come? Someone living by this principle doesn't need to ask, because for them, it's already here. They don't wait, they walk with it. And because of that, the world has no choice but to catch up. Sounds absurd, but this is one of the deepest paradoxes you must experience if you truly want to change. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is nothing at all. I know this will frustrate your mind, because you've been programmed to believe action creates results. The more you do, the more you control, the more you plan, the closer you get to success. But the truth is, it's the very actions that come from fear, from lack, from the panic of not enough, not in time, that are sabotaging everything. The more you check, the more you're signaling that you don't trust. The more you try to force the outcome, the more you're broadcasting your fear that it won't arrive. You think you're acting in the name of progress, but you're just resisting the flow. And when you resist the flow, you're pulled right back to where you started, only more exhausted, more confused. Doing nothing doesn't mean sitting around waiting for things to fall into your lap. It's the deepest act most people will never be able to do, letting go of control. It means refusing to act mechanically and choosing instead a state of present stillness. It means daring to stay still in uncertainty without panic. It means having the courage to say, I don't need to interfere anymore. Everything is already moving. The world teaches you how to act, and act nonstop. But no one teaches you the art of waiting with absolute trust. Because most people simply can't do it. They tremble in the silence. They doubt every time reality doesn't respond right away. And they react by doing something, anything, to feel like they're still in control of the game. But you're not in that game anymore. If you're already living in the feeling of it's already done, then you don't need to check if it's arrived. You don't need to repeat your wish like someone afraid it'll disappear. You don't need to act just to reassure yourself. You only need one thing: be still, in certainty. Silence is not failure. It's the time reality takes to adjust to your new state. Don't let impatience ruin what you've already planted through your vibration. Life doesn't respond to the frantic. Life moves toward those who trust enough to wait, not with blind faith, but with a stillness so powerful, it makes the universe shift in response. You want to change reality? Good. But don't jump into doing something like your instincts usually tell you to. Before any result can show up, you have to pass through 3 layers of transformation, not external, but internal. Step 1, stop chasing. The first thing, and often the hardest, is to stop, not to give up the desire, but to let go of the old approach rooted in craving and lack. Every time you act as if it hasn't arrived yet, constantly begging, checking, repeating, forcing, you're sending out the wrong signal. You're telling reality that you're still in a state of lack. Instead, place yourself in the only question worth asking. If it had already happened, how would I feel? And then, live with that feeling. No proof needed, no instant results required. Just become the person who lives with it already done. Step 2, maintain the state of already having it. This step isn't flashy, not dramatic. It demands more discipline over your inner world than anyone has ever asked of you. When doubt arises, you don't push it away. You see it, you acknowledge it, but you don't react, don't check, don't seek evidence. You learn how to sit still in uncertainty like a silent warrior. You are no longer someone begging life for anything. You are someone who already has it, and therefore needs to convince no one, not even yourself. Step 3, make peace with the silence. Nothing happens right away. And the worst thing you can do during this phase is assume, I must have done something wrong. Maybe it's not coming after all. You're wrong. Reality is adjusting. It's not an Amazon delivery machine. It's a flow of energy, and it needs time to restructure circumstances, people, and situations around you to match your new frequency. Silence is not rejection. It's a gestation period. And if you interrupt that process out of impatience, you kill what you've planted with your own lack of faith. Don't do these 3 steps like a technique. Do them like a rebirth. Because when you truly live through these 3 steps, you'll no longer be the same. The old self, the one that screams, controls, doubts, will start to dissolve, and a new version, grounded, calm, magnetic, will take its place. It's not that what you want will come, it's that you'll become the kind of person it must come to. Stop, do nothing. Not because you gave up, but because you now believe with certainty that it will come. You've been running too long. You've prayed, imagined, forced yourself to turn something unreal into reality. But the harder you try, the farther it gets. Because every action taken from a state of lack is a declaration to the universe that you don't have it. And the world only responds to who you are, not who you're trying to become. So real transformation happens when you stop doing, when you no longer try to attract, but begin to live as if it's already yours. No performance, no longing, just presence, fully immersed in the feeling of already done. Silence is not failure. Silence is the necessary delay for reality to adjust. But most people give up here. They think nothing's happening, when in truth everything is being rearranged behind the scenes. They just don't have the patience to wait for the result. Live like the one who already has it, not the one still waiting. Because at some point you'll realize what you want doesn't come from effort. It comes when you stop being the seeker and start becoming the irresistible magnet. You don't need to do anything. You just need to be, and everything will come to you. Thank you for being here. If you found this video helpful, subscribe, turn on notifications, and like this video. Don't forget to leave a comment so we can spread positivity together.